Kirsty of Kirsty Does Stuff. Now, being an impatient person when it comes to plants, when I got a delivery today, I thought, even though it's nighttime, even though it's dark, I'm going to open it with you just to get them out of the box and get them somewhere where they'll be happier, where they can see the light, and I'm quite excited as well. So, Roger's Orchids this week unboxed some Miltoniopsis from Spicesotic plants, and I got very excited because I've kept a lookout for them all year, having Miltoniopsis again, and they haven't had up till now. Last year I bought a Her Alexander of them, and this year I was thinking, I wonder what they'll have this year, but they didn't have any for ages, and they've got an amazing range of orchids. You know, have a look online. I'll put the details down below if you're interested, because they do some great variety of orchids. But Miltoniopsis, none for ages. So when I saw Roger unbox some of his, I got quite excited and went on the website and ordered myself 2 new Miltoniopsis. Now, here they are. They arrived today, very exciting. I recently bought a Miltoniopsis, and I shall show you before we open this one, just to give you an idea of prices. I bought this guy online on eBay, and this is Miltoniopsis White Truffle Bright Eyes, and it's a nice plant. It's got nice and healthy, good pseudobulb, and a nice new shoot there. But this was £40, plus P&P, which was about £7, I think. So not cheap. For if you think of the Miltoniopsis I was buying in Morrison's, the supermarket chain, over the summer, that were like £12 each. So yeah, this is a bit more expensive, but it does look like a nice named variety, an more unusual plant. So I'm pleased to have it, to be honest. But that puts it into context, the price wise. I didn't really expect to see so many this time of year. You know, it's October, and I thought they'd be more prolific in spring. But I was, you know, as I say, shops that haven't had them all year have them now, which is quite exciting. So here's my box. So I ordered 2 from Spicesotic plants. These were, I think they were both £25, and the postage for the 2 of them was £6 something. So I'd say middle of the road, quite reasonable. There were some that were more expensive, some that were, I think there was one that was about £20. But your average was sort of 25. So open this guy up. Now at the moment it's relatively mild. The temperatures haven't really been very freezing like type yet. So this, because the Miltoniopsis are cooler growing orchids, they're quite happy in the sunlight. It does get colder overnight, but it's still sheltered, and I think slightly insulated. Not hugely, but a little bit. So the heat that builds up during the day then dissipates at night, but it takes a wee while to do that. So it's quite a good place for them to be, not too warm. Righty-ho, let's have a look. So I've got my list of what I ordered. Yeah. So they were £25 each, post and packing, or shipping as they call it, £5.79, and then there was tax, so £56.95 altogether. And it's got my varieties on it. Right. Trying to it round so you can see now. Lots of newspaper. And plant is number 1. Shopping wrap number 1. Okay, here we go. Tell us which one this is. It's not good. Oh yeah, Dainty Lady, Cherry City. Put that down here. Just double check my list. So, Miltoniopsis, Dainty Lady, Cherry City. So this is the pink one that's a bit like pink lemonade looking. Where to put my scissors? Be sitting on them. I am as well. Right, okay. So yes, so a lot of orchid growers will put some tissue around the top and then sellotape it in place just to try and keep the medium in and the plant secure. I'll just try and take some of this off. So it's a small plant. I think Dainty Lady gives you the hint that it's going to be sort of like a, not a miniature, but a smaller variety, shall we say. And this is in moss, it's in pure moss actually. So if I wanted to convert it into self-watering, which is 80% moss, then it might be easier to do that actually. But I'll usually let it be for a little while first just to acclimatise to my environment. You don't know when they come from the grower how long they've been in these pots. They could have just been put in to ship them out. Or they could have been in for a while, but I think these are probably not been in here for that long. So yes, I'll move the plant towards you so you can see it once I get this off. Yes, so on the Miltoniopsis that we had that were new on Spicesotic plants, I think there's about 4 or 5 different varieties, different kinds. There we go. And so I opted for ones that were as far away from ones that I already had colour-wise and design-wise, if you like, or pattern-wise. There we go. So, it's a little bit moist. So, Miltoniopsis, Dainty Lady, Cherry City, and some emergency vehicle outside. So that looks good. It's got a good few pseudobulbs. It's quite cute. Put that to one side. Where shall I put it? I'll put it on the newspaper. That's an idea. Number 2. Oh, bigger leaves than this one. Oh gosh, that's a biggie. Oh, it's got a flower spike. It's got a flower spike. Look at that. Oh, lovely. That's got a lovely flower spike. So Miltoniopsis Limelight Imogen Smith. So this one, they've got little pictures on here. If I remember rightly, it's kind of, that picture's not very good because it's kind of reproduced quite faint. So it's kind of like a red inner and a slightly green outer and green cream kind of thing. This one was the one I was most excited about because I thought it looks as far away from one that I've got already. Oops, oh dear. Wreck-It Ralph. Right. So I'm very pleased with this. I think they're gonna, they are also selling them on eBay. It's slightly different prices, it has to be said. Spicesotic plants, they've got an eBay shop. And I've bought a few things from eBay from them before. But they've got all these guys up on eBay, so I don't know how many of each they've got. I think once the Miltoniopsis fans get wind of it, they won't last long. Right. I bought these maybe just a couple of days ago. Not that long ago. And there we go. Let this bit come out. So I'm very pleased with this. I think this is very exciting for it to have a lovely flower spike already. This is also in, yeah, it's kind of a moss mixture, I think. It's got a little bit of bark in there and some other things. It's not 100% moss for this one, whereas I think the other one was. Right, there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Yeah, it's looking good. Can you see? Look at that spike, isn't it gorgeous? I'm very excited about that. That's worth 25 quid of anyone's money. It's beautiful. Really cool. Okay, so he's these two new wee babies. And that's the haul from Spicesotic Plants in the Miltoniopsis department. I'll give these guys a wee bit of a drink and then leave them to settle in. I'll probably film them later in this video as well when we've got some daylight, and I've also got some sad cases to show you as well that I tried to save and it didn't work. But other Miltoniopsis are thriving, and so I think you've always got to have a few casualties every now and again, unfortunately. But yeah, these look great, so I'll show you them in the daylight, like I say, and then again I'll show you when those flowers come out. Thanks, see you later. Hello, well, it's a couple of days later. It's now Sunday, and I'm going to show you the devastation that I promised to show you the other day. I'll try and put up a bit of video from a film I made of Miltoniopsis a while ago when I was buying them, the sort of dregs cheap from the supermarket, and they were very small plants, and so I put them in self-watering pots. They were fine for a while, but now 3 out of the 4 look a bit like this. So these guys have completely gone. They were in moss and bark in these little self-watering pots, and they've just slowly kind of rotted and died. This one I think is on the way out. It looks pretty far gone. We still, whoop, you don't need to see the the bug catcher. So I think if we peel these guys off, I might leave that one a wee bit longer just in case and get rid of the dead bits, but I think it's going to follow suit pretty soon. I'll just get the other one that's doing okay. Give me a second. Right, this one seems to be doing okay. I don't know, maybe I planted them a bit low, but I always try and do a layer of bark at the top, because bark doesn't wick the same way that the moss does. If there was moss around the pseudobulbs right at the top, then you know it's almost guaranteed rotting, but since there's bark at the top, anyway, that one doesn't look too bad at the moment. Can't see any new growths, but it's still green, which is a good sign. So yes, that was slightly devastating, but not entirely unexpected, because as we know, Miltoniopsis are difficult plants anyway, and these guys only had one pseudobulb, and you know they weren't that healthy. They were sort of the last ditch attempt at the supermarket. I think some of them are pushed really far to, especially the cheaper ones, to flower. People have them flower and then they chuck them out, so the actual plant themselves isn't that strong. But I did my best. But I always think it's good to show things that didn't work as well as things that did. So now, to cheer things up a bit, let's show some things that are working really well. So first of all, I've got this amazing Phalaenopsis that basically, I don't know when I repotted it, a long time ago. It's one of a sort of original one that I've had for a long time. And I think giving them a wee cold spell in the sun lounge over winter really helped them. So this guy has been literally flowering like this for about 2 months. The flowers haven't faded. They should be at that, they must be on the cusp of it now. But it's just been amazing. And I've been so proud of it. So this guy sits in the sitting room showing off, and we've got a new leaf there as well, coming out the top. Very pleased with that. Right, this one is having a little autumnal flush, a very little flush, because it has a lot more flowers, I think, in the summer. I think this is an Alceria type. And the flowers on this side are fading a little bit now. But there's another spike there still to come. So that's a very pretty one. I'm impressed with that. And that's in a self-watering setup. And this guy, as you can see from the label, is another one from Spicesotic plants, the ones that we got earlier. And this guy is having, I think I got him this time last year, and he's having these beautiful flowers right now. So very bright and breezy kind of spike. Loving that. As you can see, this one's got a lot of roots coming out of the pot. I suppose they're aerial roots, but I spray them now and again, but the majority of moisture is actually in the pot. So that's a gorgeous one. Oh, that one is an Odonta, it's just an Odonta hybrid. There you go. Right. And lastly, of the show-offs at the minute, is this guy. Now, another one I got last year, and I got him just about to flower, and I think I got a decent amount of flowers off him. This is, oops, Oncidium titanium, and yeah, I got a decent amount of flowers off him. And now, same time of year, is decided to explode again. I'll try and put them a bit closer up so you can see the beauty. There we go. So we've got 2 spikes that are currently flowering, and we've got this one and this one still to flower. So it's going to have some longevity, this guy. Right, I almost forgot to show you this one because it's right behind me here, so I'll show you that. Just 1 second. Now we're kind of back to supermarket orchids. Now this guy was bought with faded blooms from Tesco, a few months ago, and then he shot up another flower spike quite quickly, and it's lovely. Ooh, attack you with him. There he is. Stop moving. And he is absolutely gorgeous. Love that. So I've not even repotted him yet. He's still in his pot from the supermarket. And he looks like he's a bit of a climber. See how he's trying to climb out the pot. But once he's finished all this flowering business, I shall repot him. And I'm quite impressed with him. Love it. I don't know what he is. I think he was just labelled orchid. But I do like him. This one is just about to flower again. And again, another supermarket orchid bought with sort of faded flowers. And they are the little yellow flowers that are spotted. And what's amazing me about this being in spike again, we've got 2 new spikes there, is the little buds are spotted. Can you see that? I'll try and get a good picture of that. You can kind of see it. The little buds are spotted. So I'm looking forward to that one coming out. Again, no real name. It looks like the bee one. Can't remember what it's called when it comes out. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with that as well. A good decent plant. And these plants from the supermarket, about £8. Whereas if you buy this kind of thing, can you see that? I've just noticed something. Oh, it's not going to focus, is it? There is, oops, mealybug, which I shall just take off with some, oh, that's so annoying. I don't think there's any on the rest of the plant. Gosh, mealybugs are bad at the minute. So what I'll do is I've got some isopropyl alcohol, and I'll get a cotton bud and I'll just take that off and have a look around for any more of this white lumpy stuff. Looks like sort of candy floss attached to flowers and things, but I'll just whip that off. It's good we spotted it. But apart from that, it's all very well and good. Yeah, so £8 from the supermarket, and if you got a plant like this through the post, you'd be pretty chuffed for £8. Whereas the ones that I have just bought are much smaller, and you know, £40, £25, you know, and then P&P on top of that. So you've got to think if you're getting the quality from, oh, just another spike here. This plant's full of things happening. Can you see the spike there? Gosh, lot going on there. Right, okay, put that down. So that'll be it for today. So I've shown you my new Miltoniopsis that I got the other day. I've shown you some things that didn't work, some things that are working, some things that got bugs on them that we could do without. And not bad for October. I keep saying it's October, it's November. Not bad for November in Scotland. You can hear the rain starting actually on the roof. See, Chilly's keeping an eye on it. Chilly, is it raining? Is it raining? Yes, it is. You're a good boy. Yeah. And yeah, so that's what's happening at the moment. I hope you're having a lovely weekend and a lovely week. And I hope to speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.